Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Stupid. Wait, no, that's someone else's show. I mean, welcome to This Week in Florida. This is just a little bit of a different segment than my normal thing, but I think I might enjoy doing this anyways. A lot of people say to me, Floridians are so weird. I'm here to assure you, it's not something in our genes. No, you see, it's because we're a product of our environment, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. But, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, before we can get to the really fun stuff, I'm afraid I have to start tonight out on a somber note. Tonight, one of our nation's heroes, a man of justice, has fallen into a life of crime, as Iron Man robs a blood bank in Fort Lauderdale. I laugh because it breaks my heart, and that's the only way I know how to deal with the grief. The story was only reported a few days ago, but apparently we have surveillance video actually showing the gunman, the Iron Gunman, as he pushed a customer aside and pointed a gun at employees, reportedly saying, "I'm hungry," before demanding their cash box. Look, I'll be honest, I figured with his addiction problems he was having some issues, but Tony, Boopsie baby, come to me if you need help. Unfortunately, even though we know who Iron Man is, come on guys, get with the program, quote-unquote detectives have been unable to locate the man at this time, and they asked for any tips that could help them find him. Now, I attempted to contact the police about this and I told them to investigate one Stark Tower, but they have yet to respond to me. Well, I'm sorry, Fort Lauderdale, you can only help people who want to be helped. Long drawn-out sigh. On to the good stuff. Now, I know that first story was a little bit depressing, but they're not all like that, so let's look at a tale of justice. For instance, let me tell you the story of one Edward Quinton. You see, he used to be from Rhode Island, but then he came to Florida, and Florida has a way of changing people, as you might soon to find out. The spirit of justice took over Quinton, and you see, he knew he was drunk and thought, I will not drive this vehicle home, a car is dangerous. Instead, I will take this forklift. Oh, I'm kidding. He actually lost his keys to his car and decided he would take a forklift instead, and then crashed into a gate. He probably would have been better off if he actually knew how to drive a forklift before taking it. But let's look on the bright side. He'll now be facing drunk driving, criminal mischief, burglary, and grand theft charges in the very near future. Oh, it gets better. You see, at the time of this writing, he apparently has not listed any attorney for himself. So maybe we'll get a sequel, Mr. Quinton. Perhaps we'll get to see one where he represents himself, and that... and that brings me joy in ways I can't begin to explain to you. I'm looking forward to it. But do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. You see, borrowing vehicles is a common theme here in Florida. And in fact, here's one where a handcuffed man managed to borrow the car from one of the police officers. One Cody Dwayne Hynum. Hynum? So Cody stole a vehicle on Friday, crashed it, set it on fire, and then tried to steal a Jeep from a different home. Luckily, Florida's known pretty well for its guns, and the Jeep's owner actually managed to stop him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, a little bit of arson, a little bit of property damage, and a lot of vehicle theft. But that's not all, folks! You see, this is Florida. If the crimes don't surprise you, we're not done committing them. Apparently, after Cody was handcuffed and put into the back of a squad car, he kicked out the rear window, hopped into the driver's seat, and took off. And let me say, that's pretty impressive. Unfortunately, his driving kinda sucks, as, you know, he crashed that first car, and then he continues on to crash the squad car into a fence and a barrier and a few other things. Florida drivers aren't that great, I'll be completely honest. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because the police were sure to tase him and securely cuff him this time. Mr. Cody finally was arrested and charged with 9 felonies, including 2 counts of grand theft auto, 2 counts of burglary, escape, and resisting arrest with violence. He remains in the Walton County Jail on $25,000 bond. Thank heavens. Oh, good times, good times. But you know what? Cody was not that impressive. I've seen better. For instance, joyriding in a car? That's so vanilla. Who does that anymore? It's like missionary style. Come on, if you're not doing something degenerate in sex, you're just not doing sex anymore. Am I right, ladies? So let me tell you a story about a boat. Let's say maybe you're a little bit drunk or a little bit tired, and you go and you park your boat in the wrong dock. You know, maybe your neighbor's dock by accident. That's kind of understandable, isn't it? I think so. But that wouldn't be good enough for Floridian news, now would it? So in further, damn it, Cletus, that's not where that goes, news, what if the boat isn't a boat, but instead a cruise liner?
No! Too close! Too close! Get out! My Bill, get out! Come on, Bill!
No, you know what? You know what I really love is her reaction. No, no, it's too close.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was too close, Bill. I knew it.
I knew this was gonna happen, she says. I knew that cruise liner was gonna crash into my house, nearly. Okay, it didn't actually crash into the house as far as I can tell, but all the same, close enough, buddy. Did they ever make a Speed 3 by any chance? In a world where your boat's too big for that dock. There's a sex joke in there somewhere, but I'm far too lazy to make it.
It's a problem. Oh, I'm shaking. Too shallow.
I'm sorry. It is a problem. And she's literally shaking. Yes. Well, welcome to Florida. Oh, good times. Those are the stories I love. Nobody was hurt, and all it does is tarnish our reputation further. But hey, enough of the bungling stories of the fine people of Florida. Let's look at something more masterful. I present to you, fine folk, the face of one of Florida's mastermind criminals. Who is this, you might ask? Well, this is Miss Mattias Cruz. She was arrested on Monday and charged with obtaining property by fraud and grand theft. She's somehow free on $10,000 bail, but if I were the courts, I would take a closer look at whatever she used to pay her bail. Because apparently Miss Cruz was a Walmart employee who secretly swapped $7,600 with movie money at Walmart, at her place of employment. I always suspected that even the money at Walmart was made in China. Miss Cruz was arrested after other employees noticed something funny of a $10,000 bundle of cash in the store's safe. The center of the bundle had bills, 76 counterfeit $100 bills to be precise, that had a blue hue, different thickness, texture, and the words, "For motion picture use only." Okay, that's great. It's nice to see Hollywood giving back once in a while. But I gotta give it to her. She almost covered her tracks. After inspecting the bills and counting 76 counterfeit ones, the manager wrapped the bundle in a white paper marked "Do Not Use" and locked it back in the safe. On Monday, the loss prevention officer went back to the safe to inspect the counterfeit money. The bundle was still there, but the fake bills were missing. Oh, how the plot thickens. Unfortunately, she forgot cameras are a thing, and so when they went to review the store's surveillance video, it showed that after 6 a.m. Monday, Miss Cruz went into the cash office to count and verify the money in the safe. However, she seemed to be looking for something specific. Then she found the white "Do Not Use" package, opened it, made a phone call, and appeared to take something from the bundle. Oh man, I really hope they're actually looking into whoever she called. Maybe I was wrong about the mastermind thing. Maybe she's just a pawn. That's... Okay, yeah, that probably actually makes better sense, now that I think about it. Oh, and a way to give yourself away by driving away only 15 minutes after your shift started. Congratulations. Naturally, because, again, she doesn't know what cameras are, they actually found earlier footage that showed her messing with the cash in the first place. Good fucking going, Miss Cruz. At least Iron Man took the cameras into consideration. Now, to her credit, she decided not to speak to authorities without a lawyer present, which is pretty smart. Except our lawyers aren't doing so well around these parts. For instance, there's Miami lawyer Steven Gutierrez, who is literally, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, a liar, pants on fire. And this defense lawyer's pants burst into flames Wednesday afternoon after he began closing arguments for a arson case. I'll let you guess, is he the defense lawyer? I haven't even finished reading this article, and I know where the fuck it's going. I know exactly where this is going. Well, let's continue. Let's see if I'm right. Mr. Guitar, who was arguing that his client's car spontaneously combusted and was not intentionally set on fire, had been fiddling in his pockets as he was about to address the jurors when smoke began billowing out of his pocket. I wonder what could possibly have happened there. Oh no, he did it. He's a cartoon character. Oh, no. Oh, come on. This isn't like Acme Films, man. You can't be like a lawyer from Acme. This is not Looney Tunes. You can't just do that kind of thing. Oh, the Florida justice system is great. Mr. Guitar ran out of the courtroom, leaving spectators stunned. After the jurors were rushed out, Mr. Guitar returned unharmed with a singed pocket. He insisted that it wasn't just a staged demonstration gone wrong, because of course not. Instead, blaming the fire on a faulty battery in his e-cigarette. Which just goes to show you kids that smoking kills, but e-cigarettes makes you look like an asshole. Oh no. Apparently the police are actually investigating this, and they've seized several frayed e-cigarette batteries as evidence. You know, perhaps for tampering. Oh, that's interesting. Although apparently last year a Naples man filed a suit in Miami-Dade after an e-cigarette exploded in his mouth, leaving him in a coma. Wait, I have to watch this one. This happened a long time ago, but we're gonna watch it. Oh no! Oh yes! No, this is excellent. I'm not sure if he is high or... Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, I swear, I'm not like a sadist or anything like that. I just appreciate good humor, and that was pretty fucking hilarious. Oh, let's continue on, shall we? Now, I know some of these recent stories that we've gone over might have given you a bad impression about the Florida legal system, but I assure you, we make some good decisions sometimes. For instance, one Florida judge has denied the stand your ground defense, and is now taking the actual case to trial. A Mr. Reeves, age 74, because of course he is, shot a one Chad Olson inside the Cobb Theater in Wesley Chapel. Apparently, this was over the fact that Olson was using his cell phone during the movie previews. Whoa! Alright, now listen. I admit, I may have threatened people's lives over phones in movie theaters during the movies, because that's just rude. But that was the previews. The actual theaters often egg you on, like, oh, play our little preview games with our stupid fucking thing while you wait 20 minutes for your show to start that we were promised a starting time at like 20 minutes. This is outrageous, come on. I sympathize to a degree. If someone's on their phone during the movie, sure, maybe give them a small stab or something. But shooting a man during the previews, now that's unjust. Now, naturally, of course, the man tried to claim he was attacked by the man's phone. Apparently the corner of the phone, to be particular, got punched with it, or some nonsense. But, again, people seem to not understand how cameras work, and surveillance footage has shown that this was completely fabricated. Thank you, cameras. It's good to know that my murder will probably be solved because no one in Florida knows what a fucking security camera does. Jiminy fucking crickets. Well, that's the good news, but here's the bad news. Florida Senate is about to vote on a Stand Your Ground bill next. Don't get your hopes up, because it's going to make Stand Your Ground even stronger. At the moment, the person claiming self-defense has to prove as such. But should this bill pass, it'll be up to the prosecutors to actually prove that to be false. Excellent. I mean, on one hand, I have mixed feelings about that process, but I know where this goes, because welcome to Florida. Don't worry though, our messed up local government has its funny side too. For instance, how the old city website of Springfield, Florida has been taken over by porn. That's right, porn. I had to read this one a few times and then look into it a bit, because why? Why would you go and buy an old city website for porn? No one visits those things, right? But apparently fuck me, because last week the city began receiving complaints from citizens who were visiting the city's old website. Fuck, goddamn. Just to clarify, the city apparently let the domain name expire, and now it contains Japanese pornography. Let's see here. Oh my, oh my, I see. It is definitely Japanese porn. Huh. I swear, I'm doing this for research. This is why you never let your domain names expire. This is very important. And you know what, I guess I can see how this bothers the city administration. They have no control of it, and apparently, they're getting accused of placing the site out there. But Springfield would like to assure you that they have nothing to do with it. Oh, so someone stop the presses. This is Japan interfering with elections right here. One person even called and said, "I'm not voting for you anymore because you got porn on the city website." Someone stop the Japanese from interfering with our elections, please. Oh, fuck me. Oh well, that was some of the best articles I found. I had to dwindle it down a little bit, honestly. But if that made you feel a bit negative about Florida, I want you folks to remember that 2 Florida cities ranked amongst the happiest and healthiest in the United States. I want you to chew that over for a second. Oh well, that's all I have for tonight. I hope you liked the new segment. If you do, please respond. Give me a thumbs up, give me a follow, give me a like, all that jazz. Because I want to know if you guys want to see more out of my lovely home of Florida. But that's it for now. You folks have a wonderful night. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.